It's KIMEKO, and welcome back to another video. You guys, I had a rough night last night, I'm telling you. Shoot, if you guys remember, towards the end of the video, I said let me go so that I can go ahead and get ready for my load. Yeah, let me tell you about this load. But before I do that, you guys, I just want to thank you guys for watching the last video that went out and all the words of encouragement that you guys sent me, and everybody who gave me a thumbs up and did a comment and actually watched the video. I appreciate you guys. You know, I really appreciate the support. Like I say, you know, I'm getting ready to really try and do something big with this YouTube thing, and I'm getting ready to do something big with this YouTube thing, and all I have to do is be consistent, and I just appreciate you guys so much. So I just wanted to come on today because, remember, I said I'm going to be more consistent, and I actually feel a little better today mentally, as far as what I was talking about yesterday. It comes and goes, you know, as does the territory, but as far as physically, you guys, I am exhausted. So about this load, so yesterday I was telling you guys that I was going to go and get ready for the load. I got to where I needed to be at about 6:30. I picked up in Portland, Oregon. But my load wasn't supposed to be, the appointment wasn't until 8 o'clock. But I got there, left at 6:30. It wasn't far. I got there at 7 o'clock. They put me in the door right away. That was great. They didn't finish loading me until 1 o'clock in the morning, and the load was due in Spokane, Washington at 6 o'clock in the morning. And mind you guys, I don't drive at night. I will drive at night if I have to. However, only a few miles here and a few miles there. You know, I'll drive into the night when the sun's going down, or I'll drive into the morning when the sun's coming up, where I'm not driving all night long. That's a bit much for me. And it's for a few different reasons. One, because you can't see anything. And me, I like to see all around. You know, I want to see everything that's going on. You have animals that jump out of the woodworks on you, you know. And then I was constantly flashing my high beams because I couldn't see, you know, and it was so dark. And if you guys know the 84 going through the Dalles, or however they pronounce it, anyway, on I-84, you know, one side is nothing but over 100 miles of the Columbia River, and the other side is pretty much a wooded area. So you got deers over here on this side and whatever other animals that are there. And then you've got the water that's on this side, on the left-hand side, and it's pitch black dark, so you can't see anything for hundreds of miles, at least, at least 100 and probably 40 miles until you get like to Boardman. But anyway, I finally made it to where it was that I needed to be. So now I'm in Spokane, Washington. But, so I left the customer at 1 o'clock in the morning. Y'all, let me tell you, after going around those curbs, I mean, I started getting so sleepy and so fatigued going around those curbs and flashing the lights and the lights coming at me, and it was too much. I found a rest area and I parked. I put in what we call a macro 22, which means running late, which I was already running late because the customer, I found out what the customer did, because the customer at one point had loaded me, and it was fine, loaded me right away. But then, and I looked at my gauge in my truck, and I noticed that, okay, I got a full load. Everything's in there. Well, when I went to, all of a sudden I heard them in the trailer again. They took everything out the trailer. I looked at my gauge again, and it was on 0, which means they took all the freight out. And so I called them on the phone, and I said, what's going on? You know, I know that you guys had a full trailer full of freight. Now all of a sudden my gauge is saying 0, which means you guys took the freight out. Was it a problem with the freight or whatever? And so he goes, well, I don't know why. You know, they always try to make you feel like you don't know what the hell you're talking about. I don't know why your gauge would be doing that. They they're only short like 80 pallets. I'm sorry, 80 cases. So nobody took anything out the trailer. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I just didn't say anything, whatever. But I know, when you know your truck, and this isn't my first rodeo. I mean, I've been in this game now for 5 years, you guys. But anyway, so after getting loaded and leaving that place, after all that happened at about 12 o'clock, I'm thinking, okay, cool, they're finished. I go in there to get my paperwork. Well, then whatever it was that they cut off of the freight, they decided that they didn't know how to fix the paperwork. So therefore I couldn't get the paperwork. So it was a whole hour before they finally brought me the paperwork, because they said the people were on lunch that was going to help them, and it was just a big fiasco. So like I said, so once I started driving, I drove probably about maybe 85 miles. I found a rest area and I parked up in that rest area. Shoot, I was exhausted. So I only got 2 hours of sleep. I jumped back up at 5 o'clock and I started driving again, which I still had 290 miles to go, which was about 5.5 hours. So I finally got here. I got here at 11:30. They went ahead and took me. I'm in a door. I'm getting unloaded. It's mixed pallets. So although I may have 20 pallets on the truck, they're all different items. So it's going to take them forever to break it down. So I figured I would come and do a little video real quick. And being consistent, I figured I'd come and do a little video real quick, before I go to sleep. And just let you guys know that I had a hell of a night. But thank God I made it. I'm here, and now I'm going to go to sleep. I have another load that I have to pick up in the morning that's going to take me back down to California. It's like I cannot get them to push me east or southeast, which is what I usually run. I usually like to stay southeast. But it's fine because all of the weather and stuff that's going on out there. And then too, it's really hot in Texas. And so I'm cool with it. As long as I keep getting the miles, I'll come back and forth up and down the 5 and the 84 and the 82, and go right back down to California, and it's fine. I'm still making the money, but freight is so slow everywhere. Everybody knows that right now. And I don't want to get caught sitting in the hot heat or the tornadoes or the torrential rains and the winds and all that stuff that's going on. So anyway, you guys, also I started on my health journey. So I actually have lost some weight, and I'm gonna keep you guys abreast on what's going on with that. But I lost 4 pounds and I'm happy about that. I just kind of changed my eating. And I have everything here on the truck that I need, as far as I have dumbbells, you guys. I have resistance bands. I have jump rope. And then, I was telling my niece, walking around the truck, you can walk around the truck 10 times, or maybe even 20 times. And I think that's a mile. You can walk up and down your steps that are here, up and down, up and down. And I think all this started for me was when I moved into my new truck, because I'm in a different truck now, and I had to take everything out of my truck and put it into my new truck. So my truck was giving me so many problems. If you guys go back and catch up on the video, the last time my truck broke down on me, I was in Idaho. I was down at the bottom of the canyon. I'm sorry, I was in Denver. I was in Utah. My bad. I was on my way to Denver, and the truck, the radiator went out on me. So you guys check that video out. And after I came from Denver, I ended up coming back to California, and on my way coming back from California, I had a huge air leak. And so from Banning all the way to Riverside, my truck wouldn't build up any air. And so I was just driving on a wing and a prayer, and I would have to pull over and stop, build up the air, push in the brakes, and go another 3 miles, and then pull back over. And I did that all night long until I think I drove probably about 19 miles like that. It was terrible, and that's not That's very, very, very dangerous too. But I was determined to get to where it was that I needed to be, because I didn't want to be stopped in the middle of the night on the side of the road. That's another reason why I don't like driving at night, because I've been on the side of the road a couple of times in my lifetime of trucking, and it's not fun. There's nobody around. It's just pitch black dark, and you know, and if you need to be towed, there's no tow service that's working to come and get you. You have to stay in the truck. You can't turn on the air. You can't turn on the heat, you know, and so that's an issue. Get somebody else to do it. That's not for me. So, like I said, I'm just sitting here waiting to be unloaded, and then I'm gonna go find the nearest truck stop, which there's one not far, and I'm gonna post up until tomorrow morning, and then get up and go pick up my load. I don't have to be there until 9 in the morning. It's like 120 miles away, so we'll go and get some rest. Yeah, so that's that. So you guys, again, I just want to thank you guys so much for yesterday's comments and your interaction. I really appreciate you guys, and just keep watching the videos, you guys. Stick with me, because yeah, I'm gonna grow this thing. All right, you guys, I'm gonna go because my eyes are, oh my god, if you guys can tell, I got bags under my eyes, which a lot of times I get on camera, I got bags under my eyes because I work. Shoot, I be rolling and I be tired. So I'm gonna go get me some rest, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. In the meantime, keep it between the white lines and have a wonderful day. I love you all.